What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the CuzNCiseal Show. I'm your host, Mike Fowler, aka CuzNCiseal. How you doing this week? Hopefully, you got some barbecuing going. Thinking about Memorial Day. So obviously, the people we've lost in our military and stuff. Hopefully, you put a burger or a hot dog on for you. Enjoy the 4-day weekend, but obviously just remember. But yeah, not too much over here for me. I did notice one thing. I should have, I actually don't mind doing 30-minute fucking podcast, but last week I could have done a little bit more, but for just more of nerd entertainment stuff. But we'll get into it now because of, I didn't know that. I've been getting free books from Scout Comics through my emails. So I'll be, there'll be a little, I want to say it's sponsored, but it's obviously I'm not getting paid for it. But I'm being fortunate enough to, obviously, I got to receive 3 comic books that are, one of them is at number 1, so at least I can say that I'll pick that up, and then the other ones come out this Wednesday. So I'm going to do my best to do a non-spoiler review. I'm probably going to treat the Scout reviews in a 5-point system, like with halves, so 10 points, so 1 out of 5 with halves, just because also. In particular, the 2 of them are like issue 2s and issue 3s, so I have no knowledge of previous books, but I will just be honest, tell you how I see them, and also I've heard some of the things, so we'll get into that later. But yeah, what I've been doing for gaming, not too much besides debating on what to do with gaming, of what to play. I mean, we're walking into, this is the last and final week of Fortnite Season 6, and it has been alright. It's been kind of a flash in the pan, because like the first week I remember it being heavy, thinking about, should we use the hunter fucking drape or something, and like start hunting animals and stuff. Now they just seem like they're just in the map, but they don't even feel there at the same time. That's how crazy that mindset goes. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to buy the season pass for it. There are rumors that it was aliens, but also at the same time, season 6 had rumors that it was going to be heavy DC, and look where that went. We only had Raven, part of the season pass, Beast Boy, and the 0 point thing's happening, but also it's like very difficult to figure out how to buy it, or not buy it, but like, it's just a very, very small thing, because the challenges of this week have been really more heavy towards the alien idea, but things could happen, who knows. But yeah, I'm debating on like I got pushed through some of my backlog real bad now. We're in that spot of like time to shit or get off the pot. Do I just play them, or do I actually just sell them for newer games that I have more interest in? Because Mass Effect is calling me. I've never played a Mass Effect. I've heard that. I did my whole spiel, but I have not technically finished a Mass Effect. But Ratchet and Clank's coming, so we're in that wire. Maybe, hopefully, this week after a couple days, maybe I'll get out of this rut, and then we'll push back into gaming. We'll see, but yeah, I'll say this. Thank you for comic books, because that's been helping me a lot of like just keeping my mind busy. But yeah, so yeah, we'll stop stalling a little bit and we'll get into it. What happened this week with interesting stuff, because it was. If you watch some gaming news, we've been getting some gaming news lately. We'll start off with the rumor that is leaning towards true, because of course, please remember, I write this shit like middle of the week, like So Monday it was a rumor, and then maybe by Friday it's like true. So bear with me. Square Enix is working on a new action-focused Final Fantasy title with Team Ninja called Final Fantasy Origin. This title is exclusive to PS5 and is coming to PC later. An alpha demo is coming this summer, and this new Final Fantasy game is apparently similar to Nioh or like Dark Souls or Demon Souls, but more accessible and is connected to the very first Final Fantasy game on the NES. The reveal will be around E3, so we're talking about probably in a week and a half. But I think it matters. Team Ninja has been doing great with Nioh. Nioh is definitely, it has like the next feeling after Demon Souls, because I really want to get back into Demon Souls. That's a whole nother conversation too. But Nioh is the next one I would want to play, but I've heard I heard it's fucking hard. So I'm not saying, but the idea of a more accessible game, maybe there'll be Phoenix Downs. Maybe that's what it is. Instead of you dying, you can have a Phoenix down on you. But the idea of, getting other IPs into the Souls game, it's not bad for business. So, hey, it's cool. It's not like we're going to, there was no way we're going to ever see a Final Fantasy 1 remake. So this is probably the best. You get what you get. Don't throw a fit idea. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how it goes in E3. We're getting into E3. It's getting here close. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown has been revealed. It's coming June 1st to PS4, and it's also part of the PS Plus free games. And then now on the top of my head, while I'm trying to do this mid-recording, I know that we're getting Operation Tango for PS5, and then Virtua Fighter, and there's one more game that is free, but also let's just focus on Virtua Fighter 5, where it's obviously it's an exclusive to PlayStation, so this might be part of the 25 exclusives that we were talking about last time. Updated visuals using the Dragon Engine, which Dragon Engine is the Yakuza engine. Developed by devs from Sega, AM2, and RGG Studios. New BGM for every stage. New UI, new opening cinematic, new online features, spectator mode, tournaments, lobby system, and more. So, Virtua Fighter 5, of course, is an older game. So the idea of this could be just more of a deal. Who knows? There ain't no wrong with fighting games. I know that they were running that free final round, so we'll see how this goes. I'll download it and try it out. I haven't played a Virtua Fighter in years, but looking forward to it. Can't hurt being new and free. So yeah, and then also for more interesting news with Sony, we got 3. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Kind of. One is there's been a leak of information from inside Sony headquarters, and it showed that Uncharted 4 is or may be going to PC for a port, just like Days Gone did, and just like Horizon did previous. Uncharted 4, that would be that's pretty, how I word that would be probably the best one to show, not even because of it's just the idea that it has a story that they talk about the past, which might get you to go buy a PlayStation, and of course it has the ending with the little hook at the end of what could be from the future. I think we actually, this is me, since I actually finished and beat Uncharted 4 during the span of the CuzNCiseal show. Do I think we should have our PS4 or PlayStation games come to PC? I would say yes, but in the same style that we're doing right now. You can't. I'd say give them the scraps in the sense of it's a very old game, but also at the same time, it's there's a line, but also I'm on the side of the line that says whatever. I'm buying it on PlayStation first. It doesn't matter, and I don't think, I don't see them doing themselves. There might be mods out there that might improve the graphics, but I don't see it as a big concern of we're getting the smaller end version of it. Shut up. It's not bad. You have, especially for the games that they're selecting, are few and far between. Days Gone's maybe the one that's closest to release compared to the others. But also, I don't care what anybody says. You guys did not like Days Gone. I didn't like Days Gone. I platinumed it, but the idea of when I say I don't like it, it was okay. Everyone, since it was announced it was coming to PC, act like it was like a crown jewel of PlayStation. It was okay. I'm not saying they didn't have fundamentals that maybe they could have improved on, quote unquote, Days Gone 2, but it wasn't that good. So it is what it is. And I just, I'm just more saying that out there. All right. And then the next part was Jim Ryan was kind of basically stated that they are very heavy looking into IPs that could go into the mobile genre. So it's not for me, but obviously it's the idea what they're trying to do. They're trying to be the heavy hand. They're trying to have 50% of the consumer percentage of this generation. So that's some big shoes to fill. So of course that involves probably putting some percentages into different platforms. But I don't know. They're just more into just saying that they're looking into it. There's no real finalized paperwork that says, yep, we got something going right now. They're just looking into it. And then the ugly is apparently Take-Two had to put through their people for Borderlands 3 to state that there is crossplay coming, but not for PlayStation. And I don't know if they're also trying to deploy like Epic did, but they're just, long story short, they just don't want to pay PlayStation for the fees of crossplay like Epic is doing. I mean, when you're the top, it's hard to say. I don't like saying that when you're the top dog, but just when you're the majority of the systems, the majority of the fan base, because there has to be paperwork, there has to be percentages to show this. I mean, it is what it is. It's hard. It sucks. It does suck. But also, maybe you just need better friends that pick the right system. I think that's kind of funny. No, it is bad. I mean, I don't think it's a bad look. I don't even know what the word is. Sony is that, but it's like the fee was there, and that's just how it is. You're the majority person, blah blah blah, and like I said, you maybe just got cut ties to these people that choose the wrong system. Maybe they weren't your friends in the first place. That's just how I want to end it right there on that one. But this week we had some beautiful, when I say beautiful, we had some amazing streams to reveal some of the games that were coming out in our future. And we'll start off with honestly, let's take a step back. The one that came out with the lowest expectations, but did better than I expected. The Sonic 30th anniversary stream, where it just more revealed Sonic is being celebrated. They have another Origin pack coming out sooner than later that will have Sonic 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, and Sonic CD in one collection. They have merch, which I say it jokingly, but if I don't even know the price. They have from King Ice Sonic chains with Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Shadow as different options for the necklaces. And the Knuckles and I think Tails for me number one and Knuckles is second is they're calling me. I ain't never gonna buy it, but no, they look kind of cool. I like also that back to some of the more things to celebrate it. Like 2 Point Hospital is gonna have Sonic costumes so you can wear in the hospital. Sonic is coming to the legit Olympic game, and if you want to see something really funny, go watch that trailer with the Sonic Olympic, not Sonic Olympics, sorry. I don't want to say it's the wrong, I think it's the 2021 Olympic Games. Go watch it because there's some brief shots, maybe when they're not so close to it, but when you see Sonic, because it's not Sonic like the character Sonic, it's like a man in the mascot suit, Sonic. And and he's doing like the marathon race on a track, and they do like a more zoomed out shot. It looks like a real shot of like of a track meet and the guy beating them in the mascot suit. It was really funny for me. I don't know why. They also have they've been having a couple toy sets, like the one that they highlighted was from a Sonic 2 battle. There's Dark Horse anthology of I thought it was comic books, but it's from Dark Horse, and I don't know if it's like a speed encyclopedia or some shit. It looked cool. And the two big things was I'll go off with the last thing. They just teased that there's going to be a new Sonic game in 2022. Literally nothing besides showing. People are seeing that they look like this might be another remodel for Sonic for the games, and but yeah, it said 2022 and it had a weird logo. But the other thing that kind of highlighted is they highlighted that Sonic Colors is going to have a remaster, and granted, this is probably Sonic fans trying to promote it in a way like to show that Nintendo's bad, but like Sonic Colors Remastered is going to be like $40 coming to all of it. It's going to be in HD because Sonic Colors apparently was a Wii title. I mean, I think it's a great price for a Sonic game. But them trying to throw shade because Nintendo makes you pay $60 for a Zelda game or even a 3 Mario games. Please just take a step back and realize what you're yelling at. You're trying to say that Sonic Colors is at the same scale as a Nintendo Skyward, even the bastard child that is Skyward Swords that fans don't like. You know what I mean? You're still trying to say that's more. Now there are some other shit that they do, like with the amiibo thing, with there's like a $25 amiibo, so you can have I don't want to say saves, but like you can be able to do a quick loading, like go to different towns faster because of an amiibo. That's some shady shit. But please take a step back on the idea that you're saying Sonic games are worth $60 compared to a Zelda game. I digress. But and then also they showed that there's these two things coming out. There's going to be a Sonic Colors of the Wisp like cartoon, and then another one called Sonic Prime. I'm not 100% sure about that, but there's two shows coming out. It's cool to see Sonic in different media, which of course this week Sonic the Hedgehog 2's movie is done filming. Now they're in post-production. So blah blah blah. And then next was we'll do the more two shorter ones in my eyes. Dying Light 2 had a reveal and they did kind of what I assumed. They did a trailer that showed like the cause and effect of if you chose both sides of, like, there a lot of more decision making that affects the world is in Dying Light 2. It came out of this limbo that they said, oh, we're going to go take a step back and work on this, and we'll be back whenever we can. They came out. They said this, and they also put a date. They said December 7th. Dying Light 2 comes out December 7th. They have a gorgeous collector's edition with a statue that actually has like a little UV, like blacklight top, street light. It's really cool. part of the lore and part of the thing from the first game. December 7th. I mean, can't wait. I'm glad. Hopefully that's a judging by them being silent for so long. I think this is going to be definitely a planted date. So hey, I can't wait for December 7th. And then next was Far Cry 6. We finally got the Far Cry 6 reveal, and that got a release date that comes out October 7th, 2 months earlier. It looks good. I do like the idea. I do like they put a little bit more fun into some of the weapons, because there's like a weapon that was like holds a bunch of CDs that play the Macarena and they shoot it. It looks really cool. I will die for that wiener dog in the wheelchair, Chorizo. I will, I'll if he dies, I'm going to kill the whole island. I'll say that. I don't give a fuck about the crocodile friend. If that dog dies, I'm killing the whole island. But it looks good. Some people said it looked kind of eh. The only thing I could think of is maybe they at least didn't give us some bullshit, because like the first trailer was a definitely non-game trailer. It looked great. This one is definitely the whole presentation was definitely looked like it was in engine and all that stuff. So that's, you take it what it is. I think it looks good. I'm not 100% sure if any of the specs been revealed. Like, is it 60 frames? Is it this? Is it that? But I'm just here to say it looks good, and it gets me excited. I liked Far Cry 5. I liked Far Cry 3, of course. I didn't play 4 that much, but 6 looks good. I also like the aesthetic. I like the island Cuban aesthetic, and then also I think it's also because I got to read the first issue of Far Cry Rite of Passage through Dark Horse Comics. Not like I got to, I bought it. And it is it's a story that in issue 1, it's the bad guy from Far Cry 6 is talking to his son and talking about the tales of like previous Far Cry bosses. Like issue 1 talks about Voss. So it's like the idea of like, it's like another bit of learning lore about I want to say his name is Castillo and his son Diego. I think that is really cool marketing that they put this book out, because this coming up month, and this month of June is going to be about the Far Cry 4 boss and all that stuff, and kind of sees that this guy knows about their mistakes and seeing how he's going to be better, but we'll see. And then also, I guess the crown jewel in my eyes, we got Horizon Forbidden West gameplay in a state of play, which I wanted to say fuck you PlayStation, because I think it's ridiculous that they had a wait station of like watching on YouTube for 5 hours of trail cams of just random spots of Horizon. Like a lot. Like, I don't know. I just didn't understand. I'm like, oh my God. Why do you have to have it on this long? Because I thought it was going to be on at the same time as Sonic, and I was like, oh great, now there's 2 things to watch or like replay. Like, no, you just have it running for 5 hours for no reason. And then then have a waiting screen for 5 hours for only 15 to 30 minutes of stuff. I'm like, come on. Like, get your head out of your ass about being arrogant in my eyes. But I digress. Then the actual time came up. And it's breathtaking. It's crazy looking. Even if the idea that this is going to be a cross-gen game, PS4 and PS5, the only thing I could think of is that is definitely what people expect, or what I expect from, hey, game studio, you made a great game, and then how about we improve this engine? You do not have to leave this engine. You don't even have to leave the engine enough so that you have to go to a different system because of how PlayStation sets up their systems. So it's definitely just shows Decimo's engine is definitely I mean, again, this is for a limited shot of gameplay of one section. In my eyes, it looks like it could definitely be a contender for, like, if Death Stranding 2 comes out. I know I use this dumb idea. I'm more saying I have confidence in the engine. It looks great. It also, we'll even just break it down. So the gameplay starts with Aloy, who does now looks like an actual human. There's a little debate on, I'm looking at still frames on Twitter, so there's people that are literally out there that they do intentional reworks on images, so I don't want to say it like, oh, I saw it like this. But there are some weird spots that they improved her so much that sometimes her jawline looked different from the first game, which is probably from growth and all that stuff. So I'm not saying like that, but she looks human. There are shots that you see like the little peach fuzz of a human skin hair on her cheek. It's really, what is that called? It's so like not that imaging of like when a computer looks too real. But so it opens up that she's helping this guy, and he explains the whole like plot of the quest. Oh, they got your buddy with the mustache from the first game, and you gotta go help him. And she's in San Francisco, and I didn't know this at the moment of watching, but someone showed a picture of like this side winding sidewalk of San Francisco, and that's where she was. And like it looks, the foliage of the world looks great. It looks nice, thick, and rich. This whole idea, like when she gets to the beach, it looks great. And also it just looks so improved. And then also they revealed like there's going to be robot velociraptors. Something different that they've shown. Technically the robot elephant at the end. Not trying to spoil it, but hey, that was part of the fight. That was the main fight. Everybody has an improvement of their design, and then they show there's more, and there are even more weapon attachments. One of them was like I'm going to call it sticky bomb, but obviously it's like a sticky bomb catapult thing that you shoot, and it makes the people get stuck and slow down for the monsters. She also now has like a grappling hook, kind of like a Batman Batline hook, and then also has a glider, which people are saying more like Breath of the Wild, but yes, like that idea. She has a glider, and then also now there's going to be more. I don't want to say quick time, but there's also like a special move with her staff that makes her actually, like, it goes into like a small cut scene of her charging and hit the ground. But yeah, there's more arrowheads this time around, and it looks great. And also they also showed the first part of the gameplay of swimming underwater, and whoa, it just looks great. I think they have a great system in mind of what I saw this little bit. So you go underwater, and then also they made the little pager, like the echo of the ground, so you can see everything. It shows you where everything that's climbable is, and it just looks like they've opened up, like that goes into accessibility in my eyes. So it looks like they improve accessibility coming down this pipe. But the one part that sucked about the trailer was that we did not get no release date. And people are still saying, or the groups, PlayStation still saying that it is set for this year. We just didn't put a date out because of just XYZ. But the production of Horizon Forbidden West has been still on all the notes and plans that they've had, their timeline. So maybe they're just being coy. Of course, like I said, this was this week, and we got week and a half into E3. Doesn't mean they can't do a thing at the end of June or go into July. But yes, that is one Achilles heel of that presentation, of the actual presentation part. They did not give us a date. Maybe it goes into, maybe it's also, like I said, bear with me how I'm going to say it. It's probably just business shit. They probably didn't want to talk about dates while we have Ratchet and Clank coming out on the 11th. But again, it was a great show, and it looks amazing. Well, it's just some quick fire nerd news for in the movie section. Thomas Ian Griffith returns as Terry Silver for season 4 of Cobra Kai. And then also for the Last of Us show, the voice actor for Maurice, which is Meryl Dangridge, she will reprise her role as Marlene in Last of Us series on HBO. And, hey, that's cool. And then also more of, there was one other thing I was looking for that caught my eye was, they did revealed all of the actors and actresses for the Netflix Sandman. And it looks good. It looks all right. And then, Jackass 4 is going to be Giant Axel's last Jackass. And he said you can only get so many lucky shots at a time before something bad happens. So we're an end of an era with that. And then also Aaron Taylor Johnson is to play Spider-Man's villain Kraven in Kraven the Hunter in a solo movie. Yeah, I don't know about that. But let's get into, forgot about that. We also got a trailer for the Marvel's Eternals. Still out for debate for that because I don't know about it yet. I understand. I've watched some origin shit. I understand they're gods. But the funniest thing that came out of this is obviously the memes about everybody else during phase 1 through 3, and then the Eternals are just chilling, whatever. But yeah, let's get into my these reviews sponsored by Scout Comics. First up, we'll go into the sequel books. When I say sequel, please forgive me, the authors and work team on these. I'm just saying it in that idea of we'll go with first one I got to read was By the Horns issue 2, written by Marquesan Nasso, and then art by Jason Muhr, Muhr. And then we'll say the quick synopsis, and then I'll obviously explain more. Elodie and Sargent makes their way to the island home of Futon, the dark demon sorcerer of the Western Winds, to have a chat about unicorns. Their talk does not go well. That is being very modest of that book. But yes, it is a fantasy novel fantasy book. And just me this is going to be a pretty legit review in the sense of I'm coming in blind. I've never read the first issue yet, but I want to just say it's pretty well done. I'm not saying that because I have a real big problem thinking that reviewers opinions also falter because they get it for free idea. So I'm just more out to say it's pretty well done. This book, this issue was definitely the fight scene of the drama that happened in issue 1, assuming. I think the character designs are great. I like there's this part wolf, part deer animal that's one of the names is 1 second. I'm assuming Shajin is the like I said, the wolf deer mixture thing. But yeah, you get to it's a very simple, not simple, but yeah, it's the fight issue, and then the fight issue has a conclusion that obviously brings out the more big bad trouble for future issues. But if I'm going to give By the Horns by Scout Comics, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I liked it. It was a pretty fun ride. Maybe the only bias is that the eye monster's name's Evelyn, and that's obviously my daughter's name, so I thought it was kind of fun just to have that name in there. When you see what Evelyn looks like, you're like, Mike, you're a fucked up person. Not saying that part. This is the idea. But yeah, it was a fun ride. I'm not into... Now, I'm going to sound like a double standard down the road, but like the fantasy thing's all right. It's a hit and miss. This one does hit, but just I'm like, it's okay. But 3 out of 5. Congratulations, guys and gals, if there are. And then next is Sam and His Talking Gun, issue 3. Written by Drew Ferguson and art by Lee Ferguson. We'll do the little quick synopsis that's on here again. Sam and the gun are free from the asylum, and Colt knows that he's loose. Sam goes to enlist an old friend's help, but can he trust him? This old friend brings back some memories of young Sam and Colt's first job together. It didn't go as planned, not by a long shot. So, again, this is one of those ones that I am coming in blind, but I do have a little bit more knowledge of Sam and His Talking Gun because of watching preview show episodes of, like, you know, Comics with Bueller, just talking about the new issues come out. He likes it and all that stuff. This issue is definitely, because it's issue 3. I think issue 2's you can definitely walk in on an issue 2 and kind of catch what's going on. 3 of this one is definitely, it was kind of, not like blind. I'm like, there's a lot of shit going on in this, and I have no idea what's going on in the sense of, but I caught on by the end. So, Sam has been, this is issue 3, so I think I can kind of be a little bit more lenient on what's the idea, what's going on. But it seems like Sam was betrayed by this character named Colt. And Colt is a like an adopted half, like, kind of brother, because his grandfather brought him in because Sam and his grandfather killed Colt's family, and obviously just brought him in because he was a little kid, and they kind of raised him, and just there was some betrayal, and Colt's the bad guy. The only part of me that I do not know yet, or because of coming in blind, I don't know why the gun talks, but it's kind of cool. It's not like in this issue in particular, it's not like it's not a big shock. It just kind of becomes another character for me to listen to. He talks to in like that mental story, because he doesn't talk. The gun doesn't talk to everybody else. I think this is, of course, I'm assuming Sam and the Talking Guns maybe 5 issues. This is definitely the peak of the story, where it's like issue 4 and 5 will be the resolution of the story. So, again, with that in mind and what I read, it is pretty good as well. And again, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying to being biased because of, you know, the situation, how I got them. I'm not saying that. It was a pretty fun read, and also there's maybe it's because it has that's how it works. The issue story of the more past stuff that you learn is pretty fulfilling. So the idea of me giving it, I'm going to give this one a 3.5 out of 5. Only because this is a review of a person going in blind without reading 2 and 1. But it was still enjoyable. I like it a lot. So congratulations to the team and all that stuff. And we'll get into the third one, which is, and excuse me, By the Horns and Sam with the Talking Gun come out this Wednesday. So this will come out on actual June 2nd, these 2 issues. The next one is this came out a couple weeks ago, but I didn't notice. I'm more dumb. I didn't read my emails but I got to read RedShift through Scout Comics again. Writer is H.S. Tak, and art is Brent David McKee, and then it looks like colorist is Amatse Nalupan. And then here's the synopsis. This is issue 1. So this is probably going to get I'll spoil it. This might get a bigger score just because it's obviously the beginning. And don't take that offense with the other 2. While humanity grapples to survive on Mars, the Ministry of Exploration pins mankind's last hope of resurgence on an astronaut who's scared of space. In his space odyssey brew of Total Recall and Interstellar, Helener and his team of explorers hunt for a new home while civil war threatens to obliterate the last bastion of human life. Now, that synopsis is clearly showing more of the future, what it holds of this series. I do want to say though, RedShift issue 1 is it's up my alley of how space sci-fi, of the idea of, because let me take a step back. This is the style of art for this. The cover is basically a guy, of course, in his astronaut helmet, but he's wearing like flannel. He's wearing overall, like has like a overall survival strap of overall like suspenders with like a utility belt and just some red cargo pants and like metal boots that probably give you gravity, weight for it to stay on the ground. He's holding a hatchet, of course, gloves, and then he's holding looks like a space chicken. So understand what I'm trying to say. Like it's the idea that I like it because it's a generation that has already lived on Mars. So it's not like old style astronaut shit. It's the idea of like it's part of their life. Like this could be here, stick with me. This could be like the Gucci or Prada or like Walmart. That's a really big shift of what I'm trying to say. But like it's normal to have these suits. So like that's why you can have like probably like thermal fucking flannels to look normal out on the planet. But the first issue, you get to meet the protagonist, which is Hellner or Hells, and I think he's more of a boy, like a teenage boy, maybe a middle late 20s. But he gets selected to help do a mission that his mother was enlisted on years ago, but she disappeared or died. But there is definitely I like it because I like the style of sci-fi. Like even like the rovers on Mars, they look kind of like classic. I don't want to say 50s, but like that classic space age thoughts. I don't want to say Buck Rogers, but you know what I'm saying. And then the kids in their rooms, they have like the Misfit posters. They look like they have a World Industry stickers and all that stuff. And then they're miners. Oh wow, that's too. Like there's like a mining field of ice. Like they're obviously collecting water and shit. But yeah, the main thing is that the Hellner is selected to do this mission that his mother has done in past. And it looks like, just more doing a quick review, because this is how I do it. It looks like they obviously he said yes, and he's got to do training for the mission, and some conflicts happen, and then it's over in issue 1. For a long and short of it, I am going to give RedShift a 4 out of 5. I like it. I think it's a very strong start. It's a very strong to see where the story goes. If you like sci-fi and like space, I actually would recommend RedShift on from Scout Comics. Just more congratulations to the team, and of course, thank you, Scout, for the opportunity. And then, of course, I will have the links for all 3 books in the show. But yes, I'd check them all out. If you like fantasy, by the horns. If you like a crime mob style conflict, Sam the Talking Gun's really good. And then this more space odyssey, like you said, with Interstellar and the other one combined. RedShift looks like it has a really strong start. But congrats, and yeah. But yeah, that's the show. And then for this week for Hot Picks, music, DMX, Letters to My Son. I am big enough to say I bawled when I listened to it. Maybe it's the retrospective, the hindsight 2020. But yeah, it's off apparently I didn't even know that there was going to be a new album, but yeah, off of Exodus. But yeah, and then TV, this is more of a cheap pick. Mayor of Easttown on HBO. Tonight of recording, so yes, last night was the season finale, so you can go watch the whole season. So you have to wait for this whodunit genre of show. But it was a fun ride. I didn't know it was going to be this quote-unquote short. I thought it was going to be like a legit HBO 10-episode run, but it's only 7. So yeah, and then for comics, we'll start off with DC. Crush and Lobo #1, which is definitely part of the Pride Month. So happy Pride Month for picks or that. And then also, let me double check oh yeah. I also want to get the Batman animated series, The Adventure Continues, issue 1. So this is like season 2, but this is issue 1. It has a cover, 2 covers that look the same, except one's has obviously the title of the book. The other one's the Virgin cover, but it has a different stance, and it has Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Batgirl, and it looks really awesome. I really like that one. And then for then we'll go into Boom. Boom has this new book called Basilisk, issue 1. That looks really interesting. For the image, it looks like there's a lot of like just the Noctera 4 comes out, a bunch of reprints. For issue 0 is North Force with Image beloved Savage Dragon. And then for Marvel, it looks like it's again another. There's a lot of variants for the Hellions issue that's coming out this week. A lot of Heroes Reborn one shots that seem interesting, like one called American Knights. And then for after that, for more indie comics, there is also for Dark Horse. There's going to be an Apex Legend comic coming out. And then the one I wanted to more look at is there's like a Betty Page issue 1 coming out, and then there's also from Aftershock Out of Body issue 1. And I think I'm just leaving it like that. There you go. I mean, of course, there's I've learned there are comics coming out every Wednesday you don't even know are coming out. They're coming out the wazoo. It's a good time to be a comic reader. But I digress. But yeah, thank you for listening to the show. Please follow me on @MikeFowler93. Share the show with a friend. Tell them, hey, I got something cool. And also, even if the idea of just show them the Wednesday shows. You know, if they want comics, I got them. I got comic news and shit out the wazoo for. And then this Wednesday, there will be a new episode. I'm giving a person a chance to reply. If not, it's going to be something I think really cool. It's going to be a one offshoot thing. Maybe it might be multiple offshoots if I get in these weird ruts that there's no one wanting to talk to again. But I think it's really cool. One of them is going to be either, like I said, it's either going to be talking to a creator, or we are going to be talking about something that hasn't happened or been recognized since the last one back in 1999. There's a little teaser right there. Again, @MikeFowler93 for all things. Also, don't be shy. You can send a question, send anything. I'll look it up. I'll get my thoughts and all that stuff. Thank you guys for listening, and like we say every week, you guys be good to each other, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.